Grant Miles, Lou Savarese here. Man, hell of a show today. Our background looks a little different. We will explain why in a minute. We're not up on Facebook yet, though, so just waiting on that for a second. So y'all just tune in. Just get ready.
Facebook. That's why I didn't find it.
Yeah, it's not up yet.
Oh, okay.
And there we go. We are live on Facebook. So welcome in, y'all. Lights out with Lou Savarese.
Legally live.
What's up, Lou?
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Good. I'm pumped up in the gym over here at Rocky's Gym, seeing all the kids training. It's fun, man.
Man, it's obviously for those of y'all that watch the show, we're in a different environment this evening. Usually we're over at Lou's Gym and Savarese Fight Fit, but man, Rocky was gracious enough to let us come shoot over here. He's going to join the show here in a little bit, but he's in the back training as we speak right now. So it's pretty cool to see him training these kids. And one of the main reasons I want to have Rocky on is what he's done for the Houston community around. He does a lot with these kids.
Yeah, we were training them at the same time. A really great fighter. Had some wars with Pereira and just. In the Olympics, I mean, great guy. We were coming up, he was a little bit after me, but been around him a long time. Great guy.
Yeah, how long you known Rocky?
Ooh, he used to come in we used to train at the same time. Me, him, Raul Marquez, since probably 1990. Been a couple of
wow.
years. Yeah.
Awesome. I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
1990. Wow.
Where were you, Grant? 1990.
1990. Yeah, I think so. Wherever you are when you're 12, that's where I was.
What's up, Nancy? What's up, Steven? How you guys doing out there, man? Again, we're over here at Rocky's Boxing Gym. He's training behind us. He'll join us in about 20 minutes when he gets done. But we got a lot to go over today, man. There was some pretty interesting stuff that happened over the weekend. Look, I'll jump into it. The Billy Joe Saunders thing. Did y'all see that?
With the press conference?
Yeah. Rocky,
Yeah.
You want to jump in?
I'll jump in.
Come on.
Well, here we go.
Hey, we'll just get it into it now. Hey, can y'all fix Rocky's mic for him, get him on, so he can make sure that we're good to go?
Let's go.
Yeah, I think he's on.
Yeah, I got here.
We got it. Zach,
He should be on.
No, I'm saying just, make sure it's down. But can you make sure his microphone's next to it so he can talk?
Check 1 2 1 2.
You bring it a little bit closer.
There you go. You got to talk
1 2 1 2 3.
on the side of it.
1 2 3.
That's what I'm saying.
There
Just
you go.
Make sure he's talking on the right side of it.
There you go.
But, we got Rocky sitting down with us, man.
Did you catch that?
Excited. What?
Did you catch that fly?
I tried to.
Okay.
I tried to get
All
it.
right.
Give me some chopsticks, I'll get it.
I heard it. I heard it. I got it.
All right, Rocky, what's
Check
up?
1 2.
Rocky Juarez, man. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me.
Man, we appreciate it.
I welcome here to the gym, and it's a pleasure having you guys here.
Pleasure being there. Well, the gym is jumping, man. This is great to see, man.
Oh, thank you, man. It's this is my home. This is like my second home. This is and it's just been here since 1986, and
Wow.
my coach owned it for 32 years.
Ray,
and,
right?
Ray.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Wow.
Ray owned it for 32 years. It was Ray's Boxing Gym,
Yeah.
Ray's Boxing Club for 32 years, and then I bought it in 2017. So I've been open on.
There, now you got a headset. You can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You good?
The gloves are coming up soon, right? The gloves are coming
Actually,
up.
we just had the Golden Gloves.
Just had the gloves, okay,
We had
cool.
the Golden Gloves this past week. So
How'd everything go?
we did. We had 5 kids that fought. We had 1 that won. But it
good.
was they're partially new. Nobody was open, just older. This was the older open division.
And I was on the phone with you the other day, and you see all these people coming out of retirement, and we talked a little bit about it. And your whole thing was like, because you're 40 years old, you could still
Whippersnapper.
fight.
41.
41. And but your whole thing is you love doing what you're doing with the kids and what you have going on here.
Yeah, I love what I do. I used to do build homes, and that was something I always did in the early 2000s. But there's money in it. But I tell people, it's not something that I like the money, but I'd rather be doing what I'm doing now. It's a slow process, but when you love what you do, it's not a job.
Yeah, no, like I told you whenever we came in, I can tell just by watching you with the kids that you really enjoy this. Like, you're really into it. You're really patient with them. I mean, it's awesome, dude.
You have to have patience.
Yeah.
You have to have
You
patience.
still get in there with them? Or?
Nah, I actually did. I tried to boost their confidence.
Yeah.
I was trying to boost their confidence, and I did 16 rounds one day.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, I did 16 rounds with my open fighters.
Wow.
So it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm helping them, But at the same time, when you do it once, they're gonna want you to do it again. And it's like, come on, guys, come on, man. You know, I was going easy on you. Don't.
Hey, look, Lou still wants to fight Mike Tyson again. Like he says he would.
I would, yes, I would. But there's a lot of money being thrown around out there. So
Yeah.
either, I'd like to fight Tyson. Just,
I mean, we're trying to do our best to make it happen, man. I mean, we're trying to call him out. We're trying to make it happen, dude, for real.
Well,
Yeah,
I saw the Twitter beef with you and Briggs. That was
yeah,
that was fun.
Briggs is talking about fighting James Toney, who looks terrible. He's like, you know, he didn't look great at light heavyweight, but at 250, it's not pretty.
Yeah, you were doing a good job of talking some smack to him.
To who? Briggs?
Briggs, yeah.
Yeah, we know each other for years.
Yeah.
We've had a long history.
So that's not going to happen?
I don't know. We had actually one of the matchmakers from Thriller called. We spoke to him, so we'll see what happens, man.
Okay.
Wow.
Very
All
good.
right. And that's what I actually brought up when I talked to Rocky on the phone the other day, and he was just like, man, he loves doing this. So, because I've seen Rocky, you know, get in shape and whatever, and he's, you know, it looks like
He
you
still
still
looks in
could,
shape, man.
still
Yeah,
like you
absolutely.
could fight. You just said you went 16 rounds.
Yeah, no, I went 16 rounds. Yeah, but it's a lifestyle. You know, I saw a picture of Lou over here the other day, and I'm like, man, this guy, he's how old are you, Lou?
I'm 55.
55 years old. Guy, shit, man, this guy. Looking,
I stay in shape, man.
He wears like I can't say wife beaters, can I? Like
No,
he
you
gets
can.
upset.
Yeah,
He
he
gets
gets
upset.
upset. Yeah.
He wears what do we call him now? Not wife-
Sweater vest.
He'll
Sweater
wear a
vest.
sleeveless sweater vest on the show, you know, and he's got his guns. He's like, you buying or trying? Like,
trying. There you go.
Yeah, I stay in shape, man. With that kid.
yeah, man, nothing. Hey, but Rocky, you mind if we talk about a couple of your fights? Lou and I and Grant were discussing them a second ago.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, man, let me ask you this.
You won the Barrera fight.
That's the one Lou wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
Lou wanted to talk about the Barrera fight. And I guess you did.
And then I had 15 minutes after the fight, I was in my dressing room, and one of the commissioners of California came into the dressing room and told me that I had lost and miscalculated the scorecards, and that I lost by 1 point. And to be honest with you, I was not one bit angry. More money if I had won in the second fight. But it is what it is, and you know, it was just a pleasure being in there with a true.
I was the same way when I fought Foreman. Even though I lost, I was still. It was just, you know, to be on that type of stage, it was just amazing, you know. And I did the same thing as you. I was just happy to, you know, give a great performance and everything. And then afterward, I got mad. Down the road, when you realize how much money you could have made if you won the fight, you know.
Our lifestyle changes, you know. Now I had a few addictions, and I'm not too proud of, but it's something that I know with training the kids, and I'm able to tell them, teach them, and give them the advice, my knowledge. Being that I was an Olympian, making it to the highest level in amateur boxing, and then also in professional boxing. So, you know, I love what I do, and I do it for the kids. And
it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
The level, how many people can say, go to the Olympics? I mean, that's just amazing.
Silver medalist in 1990, correct?
Man, I ain't that old, man. 2000.
I was 88, so he was 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
2000, yeah.
Off by a year.
Had to throw some. You got to throw some humor
He was
out
off-
there.
he was off
because
10 years.
Lou was talking about when you guys first met was 1990. But I guess
Yeah.
you guys do some training.
When did you start training? Was it
I started training in 93.
93? Okay.
93.
And that was because when I first came, Raul and his dad, Main Street. But when I first started, Raul was real young. He would come over. It was on Newcastle. That was in 87 or 88. How old were you?
I was 7.
Yeah, no, you
So
weren't.
I was 7. So I didn't start boxing when I was 12, going on 13. So,
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And one of the most, speaking of incredible, one of the most amazing things that after reading, and I've known you for quite a long time now, being in Houston, and you're, you know, a Houston legend here when it comes to the sport of boxing especially, but you never got knocked out. Like in your entire professional career, nobody ever knocked you out.
Well, I tell you what, man. Maybe if I would have gotten, maybe I would have. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I was, yeah. That's what I'm happy for that.
That's
you know,
crazy.
But you know,
You
it's
fought some
but it's boxing. You know, it's
Warriors,
boxing.
man.
Yeah, I fought Warriors. I
Who
was.
was the hardest puncher? Barrera?
Barrera didn't hit hard.
He just
man.
threw a lot of punches.
He didn't hit hard. I tell people Barrera's strongest punch, I think, to me, was his jab. He had a very, a very rangy jab. You know, the slickest fighter I fought was Jorge Linares. Marquez, would I say he's sharp. You know, he wasn't strong, but you know, he was very accurate, very sharp.
Yeah.
I want to say my strongest punch I fought probably was maybe Humberto Soto, and maybe Barrios. He was heavy-handed, just slow.
What year did you fight Barrios?
I fought Barrios in 2006, I believe.
2008. Barrios. Jorge Barrios.
I think.
Yeah,
I think Bo.
2008.
I fought Bo in the amateurs, but man, Bo could punch, man.
Who?
Riddick Bowe.
Oh, Riddick Bowe.
Oh my God, man. He walk up and say, "How you doing?" Like, damn, Bo. His hands were like that big, man.
Me, what I always like to do is look at a fighter's, like, kind of what they think is their fight they're most proud of. And of course, you can speak to that, but I would think one of them would be that Barrios fight, just for all the things that happened. It was right after Marquez fight, fighting here in Houston. I mean, he had a pretty good record.
Name of Mayorga,
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mayorga, he was a trash talker. He knew how to get under a fighter's skin. And leading up to that fight, no fighter had ever gotten under my skin until Bob called me out and he got in my face. And I'm scary, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm somebody gets close to me, either I'm swinging or I push you. But I don't, I was taught he actually did well doing it. But I actually happened to catch him in the 11th round and I cut his lip. And due to the lip, the referee stopped the fight.
Well, you'd already cut him pretty good in the first couple rounds anyway, though.
I was sparring on a hangover. I was hungover. I was hungover, but I was doing a favor for a friend, and I ended up sparring. I got headbutted, and I had 8 stitches on my lip. Dr. Burrell, yeah, he's an auto fight. And I said, Doc, matter of fact, why'd you stop that fight? I figured he could have continued, and he goes, Rocky, you cut an artery. I said,
it is
artery. And exactly.
Wow.
He goes, nah. When anything that squirts blood is an artery. Anything that oozes blood is a vein.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because that fight you could see, the doc knew right off the jump. After he had saw it, even the damn referee even looked at him and said, shit.
Jim, it's so cool, man. It's really, really old school. I mean, and you see all these kids in here. It's great. I haven't seen this. This is how, remember Kenny Weldon's gym, all the gyms used to be. This is really injuries and different things. This is so cool to see.
Yeah, he had a session here. I got here a little early and watched a little bit of it. And even the session prior to this was just, packed with kids, and then younger adults. You're looking at, 12 to 18-year-olds somewhere in there.
Box, they can't get in shape within an hour. You can't teach them enough. Boxing is something that it needs time. People expect to get good,
I say the same
and
thing.
they need time. It's all.
Everybody looks for shortcuts. That is, man.
It's great, man. It's great. You get I give these kids 2 hours. A lot of times I stay after, and I'm here maybe 3, 4. I'm here till 11 o'clock sometimes at night. But some of these kids, I got some fighters that actually come here early, so that way they get their strength training. They get a few things that they need to work on before.
Stuff like that. We've been
Does
buddies for a
Rocky
while.
have any pictures with his shirt off?
No, just you.
No.
Don't,
No,
man.
that's just
Follow.
me.
You gotta see,
Yes.
dude. Rocky, you go check out Lou's Instagram.
Yes, please look at Lou's Instagram.
Yeah, I remember this picture. Rocky.
You just did a bunch of weird modeling pictures. It's just like it's Lou in like a white bikini. It looks awkward.
And a cape.
And a cape on.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I liked the
But
pictures.
so what I was getting to is like, so Rock in shape and not being here, I'm like, well, no wonder he eats so much late at night.
Yeah, man, I've been up. I've been up since 4.
Me with his gerbil or whatever it is.
Guinea pig.
Guinea pig.
Calling it
What's his name again? Herbert?
No, Sigmund.
Sigmund.
Because I know you were a member with Orlando Canizales.
Yeah, my
Right.
mom, man.
And I remember this back then. It was a different gym.
Yeah,
it was a different gym, but it wasn't downtown. But it wasn't downtown, and you're gonna spar this guy. I didn't know Orlando Canizales. Back then, I only
Underestimated fighter, but most underestimated fighter ever. The guy's just amazing. Probably one of the best lateral movements, top 5 ever. The guy was amazing.
Yeah. No, with men. I'm 14, 15 years old.
Wow.
But at the end of the sparring session, I knew he was taking it easy on me, And then I ended up sparring some African champion, and that he put it on me.
Just a hardcore gym back then. Raw and just beat the crap out of each other.
Times were different, man.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying.
Times were different. So,
Lou's got a gym on Bel Air Boulevard. Times are way different.
So it's tough. No, it's not true. It's just it's rough over there, man. I'm serious.
No,
you can't get a tee time till 12. I'm telling you, man.
But obviously, we're talking about Main Street, and Lou's a part of that too, as well, and like that old school boxing feeling and mentality. And like you said, the times they're just different now. You can't go in there and just beat the.
If you go into then I don't know if you know, but the gloves in New York are pretty much done now. I mean, the Golden Gloves, they changed the name. There's just not very many entries and everything. This is really encouraging.
Tell people.
I say the same thing.
Yeah.
I always say the same thing.
It is. I mean, people don't understand. You know, somebody who does boxing, it becomes an addiction, right? It becomes an addiction.
I said Dad used to listen to my music. He's like, well, who listens to this? And I was the same way. I'm like, man, he's dropping F-bombs and it just smoking weed and Albert said he's getting stoned, but under 250, So I mean that's a good thing, but it's just not. I'd rather have announcers than Snoop Dogg. I love Snoop Dogg, but I don't want him to be my boxing announcer.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lou.
I don't want me rap.
I know there's so much money out there, so many sponsors, all that, but it's hurting. I think it's hurting boxing.
I agree.
Yeah, I was going to ask your opinion on this whole deal.
Ambitions.
Mayweather, one of the greatest fighters of all time, if not the greatest, is fighting a guy that's 0-1 and has never really been in the ring with anybody. And that's just not. Now, granted, that's an.
It's ridiculous. They can't. And the last card, the only real fight on the card was Regis and the other
but
kid.
But didn't Muhammad Ali fight?
Just laid on the floor and kicked him, and Dundee got really mad because he felt that took a lot on his toe and everything. And then he was going to fight Will Chamberlain, but never came to fruition. But
that's what I'm thinking of, was maybe the exhibition versus Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, no, it never came to fruition.
And and then fights the Russian. It's an exhibition, It's just, and these things, fight for real. Like, if you're gonna do it, why are you doing these exhibitions? And if so, it's sort of getting to why isn't Hulk Hogan fighting Floyd Mayweather? I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think they just make a name exhibition, but it's actually a real fight, man. I mean, there's no playing boxing. You can't fake it.
But they're going only 2-minute rounds. I mean, it's not the Marcus of Queensberry rule. Even Regis. I mean, if you think about it, he was on the undercard of Jake Paul, which
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of embarrassing. Here's a guy number 1 in the world, and he's on the undercard of a YouTuber, But on the flip side, he made a lot of money,
Well, but to that point though, when we had Regis, we talked to Regis right after that fight. I think the Wednesday after that fight.
Yeah.
And I was kind of expecting a little bit from him, he seemed to have enjoyed it. Now he won and he made money, so I get how that can be.
He said it was like a house party. He said,
but he said he enjoyed it. He said he had fun. I was surprised by his response, really.
Yeah, he's tagging. I mean, he's tagging a bunch of people now on Twitter. He wants to fight Broner, and he's tagging Triller, tagging Snoop Dogg, tagging all that. So I mean, money talks in anything, right? Like we all get that, but. To what you're saying, this is kind of getting ridiculous and making a little bit of mockery of the sport that you guys grew up loving.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. It is, and you get fighters that actually train every day since a childhood, and they're working to try to be the best in the world. And then you get somebody who just takes up the sport, knows how to use social media, knows how to get followers. I don't know how many followers I got. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know how to use the Instagram thing.
Oh, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
This guy.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get my VCR to stop blinking, man. He ain't in my league.
And
Lou,
and
man.
it's just, it's crazy. But, I try. I don't knock it. It's just not my cup of tea.
So what about a kid like Ryan Garcia? Because Ryan Garcia is one of those kids that really has a huge Instagram following. He's really, and he's bringing some, from what I can tell, he's bringing some women.
Right.
Kid's a good-looking kid.
Right.
He's, got in front. What about a guy like that? But he's a pretty legit boxer.
No, he's been boxing since he was a kid.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been boxing since so he's a legitimate boxer. I mean,
I agree.
He knows what he's doing.
And he adapted to the, he kind of grew up in this era, so he adapted with the
Instagram,
social media and all that stuff.
Yeah, so he knows how to do that. He's pretty smart, but he's a good-looking guy, right? And he's like a De La Hoya in a sense, coming up. In the boxing ranking, I mean, he's knocking people out, and that's what people like to see. People like to see knockouts.
Exciting.
Speaking of De La Hoya, go ahead.
Gary Saluzzi says he was a corner man in one of Rocky's fights at Houston NRG Arena. You remember Gary Saluzzi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he says, how you doing? Sal Secruto, thank you guys for paying attention, man. We'll try to get to your questions when we can, man. Rocky's a great fighter. Savannah boys.
My buddy Chris Caldesek had to let you know you won the Barrera fight.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Stephen Roman said, Rocky, I need some work.
Who?
Stephen Roman?
Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen, I know Stephen. Stephen's a young kid that, really into boxing, and so he's. I know he's. What's
Well,
up, Steven? He's
appreciate
really
all
into
y'all watching and paying attention to us, man. We're we're sitting over here at Rocky's Boxing Gym, man, and appreciate having you on, man. Especially with all this going on, we know you're a busy man, man. But thank you for letting us come in.
I
here.
appreciate you guys for coming, man. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you.
A couple of things coming in here. You got time to talk?
Yeah, I got time.
Okay. The Canelo fight, the ring size was a big deal with Billy Joe Saunders coming up. It was all over that maybe he might cancel the fight. Now it's like it's back on. Now we all saw the Regis fight where the ring was really tiny.
That was ridiculous.
With Canelo and Billy Joe, why would they say the ring size? Is it because he's scared of Canelo and he wants to run around?
Go ahead,
Go ahead. Okay, okay. Well, my opinion, you know, like I said, I'm not too fond with social media. I don't know how to do it. I saw this post and I saw this little ass ring, and I'm like thinking, it was funny. But at the same time, I know that for a fighter tries to find the best advantages for themselves. Now, Billy Joe Saunders is not the main guy, so he's probably like, all right, well, I don't want to fight it in a small ring. Give me more money. And I'm sure they probably did. I don't know, but you know. Canelo's probably looking for a way easier to find him. I found out he was southpaw, Billy Joe Saunders, and I looked at one fight and I said, it ain't gonna go 6 rounds.
No, I think Canelo's got him real easy.
It ain't gonna go 6 rounds. Why?
Wow.
Why do I believe that? I'm gonna tell you why. My opinion. Billy Joe Saunders likes to fight. He likes to throw back, which is a good thing. But in this tournament, I think it's a bad thing because he will get caught. He's gonna find and leave openings for Canelo to counter him.
How great is Canelo being? What is he, 52-1?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I had
Where
it up
should
there
he
a
be
while ago,
ranked
but-
right now? And still, not at his prime. I think he's at maybe the tail end, but still probably one of the top 5 fighters in the world, maybe if not top 3. Like, you know, where does he stand in all time?
In all time, I don't want to say all time, but right now he probably is the best fighter, one of the best top 2 fighters in the world right now. But
the thing with me, I'm so impressed about it. He seems to get better every fight. I mean, he keeps improving. That's hard to do, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't take a beating, and somebody like that is just another somewhat Mayweather, you know, but in a Mexican style.
Yeah.
You know?
Speak about that. What are you talking about when you say Mexican style?
Well, he's a he likes to fight. You know what I mean? Canelo likes to fight. He likes to be in the pocket. He likes to throw a lot of body shots.
Chavez Senior, same way. I mean, he get in there, stay close, just make you miss just by a little bit and come back.
But I think Chavez got hit a little bit more than Canelo.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this picture on Facebook, and I'm just staring at Lou Savarese and Rocky Juarez, and like, man,
I know
I'm a
it's
lucky
legit.
individual today.
It's
like,
legit.
this
I
is
know.
crazy, man.
We got
Like,
some boxing
it's amazing.
heavyweights here.
I mean, between y'all two, y'all have both been in incredible battles, and like you said earlier, boxing like a woman, like it's been your passion since you were 12 years old.
Yeah.
And Lou, since you were,
My dream was go to the Olympics. He did it. Amazing, man.
You know, appreciate it, Luke.
How cool is that?
And just to get, it was an experience.
That way, where, because we were 88, we were sold. Where was your Olympics?
Australia, Sydney.
Oh, wow.
2000 Sydney Olympics silver medalist.
Silver medalist, yes.
Man.
You know,
Where do you have it? Where do you have the silver medal right now?
Shit, I got it in a safe.
In a safe?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it in a safe.
Where's safe?
Huh? I got that.
Yeah, where's it at?
Who was your super heavyweight when you guys were there?
The super heavyweight was Calvin Brock.
Okay, yeah.
Calvin Brock. Calvin Brock actually became a pretty good professional.
Pro. Yeah, he did
but,
right.
But
yeah.
I don't know. He had, you know, I remember. I don't want to knock him. He was a good fighter.
Yeah.
He was a good fighter. But
Who was your heavyweight?
heavyweight was
Was it Areola? No.
no, it wasn't Areola. It was damn, who was it? Oh, Michael Bennett.
Michael Bennett.
I remember Michael
Chicago.
Bennett.
Yeah.
From
No,
Chicago.
you might be thinking about Bent.
No, Michael Bennett came out of nowhere, man. He was from Chicago.
He didn't do much as a pro, though.
No, he didn't do much in the pros.
No.
He started late, but he just happened to have a tremendous work ethic.
Yeah.
And he just kept coming. But as far as skill level, he didn't have all the skills. He wasn't the biggest light heavyweight. He had a hard work ethic. That was something that I know in training camps I would see.
How old were you at the Olympics? So that
I was 20.
You were 20 years old? Man.
Yeah.
How does it go? Like, I mean, so how often were your fights?
I had 168 amateur fights.
Oh,
168.
wow.
160, and leading up to the finals in the Olympics, I had won 67 straight without losing a fight until losing in the finals.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who,
But, you know,
who'd you lose to, right?
man,
Oh,
you know,
In the Olympics?
long story short, the referee from the fight ended up getting suspended 4 years from boxing.
Oh, wow.
You know, he got
People don't realize amateurs, especially Olympic stuff, is so crooked, man. It's really bad.
You know, the guy, you know, everything happens for a reason. I always heard, but everything happens for a reason. You know, God bless his soul. My opponent, he ended up passing away that New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Really?
no,
Right,
man.
yeah, he
wow.
was 20 years old, and it, you know, I remember getting a phone call that
Where was he from, Rod?
he was from Kazakhstan.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Pekzat Saturkanov.
Saturganov.
Okay.
Yeah.
I butchered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up fighting the Republic of Iran, I think, Russia.
Damn, you fought all
Germany.
over.
Germany. I fought 5 fights.
That's what I was getting at. So you fought 5 to lead up to the final.
But that was just in the Olympics. But leading up to the Olympics, you have to win nationals, you have to win the trials, you have to win the box off, the American qualifiers. So it's a lot of fights you have to win just to get to that.
Where'd you
gold
guys
medal.
have the trials that year?
Florida.
Florida. Yeah.
Where does that stand? That silver Olympic medal, because you've also been a champion, WBC champion.
Silver belt, yeah, silver belt world champion, yeah.
Where does the medal stand in your career? Because of all the fights you've had and all the people you fought, like you know.
You know, to be honest with you, the fights that stand out to me are my losses. To be honest with you, you know, because I think by losing you learn more about yourself, you know. And I tell you, like my last fight, I learned a lot about myself. I was willing to put my life in the line to try to win, and I didn't win, even though I came out short. I ended up knowing that, hey, you know, shoot, that's when I knew I had to retire, because it's like I was putting myself in risk and was giving everything. So I said, nah, I can't do this. I got family, I got kids.
That's what I tell these guys. That's the thing that really, I like, you know, Benjamin, Miguel's brother. I mean, and even I told people I was willing to die in the ring, but now you get these guys like YouTubers. They're just doing it as a joke.
Yeah.
It's hard to look at that, you know.
That's true.
That's
you know?
what Canelo came out and said this week, that somebody's going to get hurt, like somebody's going to die in the ring, like, and that's just not a joke. You know, he was like,
If they fight a real guy, yeah.
Yeah, imagine if one of these kids, like, I'm sure Mayweather's going to play around like he did the Conor McGregor fight, but imagine if they fought Canelo and he was serious. Like, there's no way.
Oh,
the guy just get killed.
Yeah, but you know, nothing against Mayweather. Mayweather, let him make
Making
his
the
money.
money, yeah.
Let him make his money. And that's fine. He earns it. He earns it. But man, if they gave that opportunity, if Jake Paul say, I want to fight Canelo, he's gonna get hurt.
He'd be hurt bad.
He was going, and Canelo would probably be like, you know what? I'm gonna let him survive. I'm gonna punish him.
Yeah,
and that's when they really get hurt.
I was thinking the same thing. If we could fight him, just keep him up and just keep beating him.
Yeah, keep him up. Keep him up.
Not gonna beat a dead horse, but Gary Savarese said you dropped him twice in the gold medal match.
I dropped who twice?
The guy from Kazakhstan.
Bekzat.
No, I didn't drop him, actually. You know, the referee gave him so many warnings for holding. You know, I was so close to catching up, and basically the referee was Russian. Okay?
Gotcha.
So my opponent was from Kazakhstan, and my referee was Russian, and the guy was actually talking to the referee, telling him something, which I didn't understand the language, but it was just so like, man, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, you going to deduct points or what? But yeah, but God bless his soul, though. You know, it is what it is, and you know, it's.
Gotcha. Did you? We'll move on to some other fight. This past weekend was the Ruiz fight. You know, he lost 44 pounds for that fight. Got knocked down in the second round. Came back. I know Lou and I were talking about it. You watched the whole fight, Lou.
Yeah, Ariel tough, man. I remember I said he was going to give him a.
Yeah.
He's older, but he fought one of our guys, Nagy Aguilera, gave him a real tough fight.
Did you happen to watch that fight this weekend?
I did not, man. I had Golden Gloves last week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I said, shit, I don't want.
And Nagy's fighting this Saturday on the Canelo card. Nagy,
yeah,
one of our
I'm looking forward to that whole Canelo card. Like I am. Are we gonna have a party at the gym?
I can't. I have to go to a wedding.
Yeah, he's going to a wedding.
That's
yeah,
right.
he was gonna go to the fight.
Well,
Just give me the keys and we'll FaceTime you from there.
Yeah, for real.
From the gym, and you know, we'll have a little party in there.
So talk about the Ruiz fight. Like, what were your Lou?
Yeah.
You saw the fight. What did you think about the fight?
The first thing, before anything, I wasn't sure if what Ariel was going to show up, because he had sometimes that he wasn't in that great shape, but he came in good shape, man. I mean, he showed it, and I mean, he was tough. I mean, he got knocked down, came back. It was a tough fight. I really thought that. I thought what's his name won the fight, but Ariola gave a lot better performance than I thought, and he showed up, He just got himself another fight, even though he lost that fight, he came in and had a tough fight. And the scorecards were pretty close, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was. Could you tell? Have you seen Ruiz fight when he was at a heavier weight? Have you seen him fight at heavier?
Yeah,
before?
I mean that
Did
was
you
so
see a
bad
big
that
difference?
when he won the first fight, when he knocked out the big dude, the champion, knocked him out. Then comes back the next fight. Here you are, you have a chance to make millions and millions, and he comes in like 25 pounds heavier than the fight when he won. It just makes no sense.
Yeah,
I got an interesting something for you to throw in there. Florida is now not testing for marijuana in boxing.
I hope my opponent's smoking weed. I really do. I'm going to want to eat and go to sleep. What the hell?
But no, it came out.
If I fought Tyson, I wish he would have been smoking weed
instead of
coke.
Yeah, instead of. Did you know that, Rocky, about his fight with Tyson?
No, I saw it.
Yeah, that Tyson admitted that he was doing the white right before the fight, and then you see afterwards when he hit the ref, like
I saw it. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
But he's a finisher. But he wore a Whizzinator, a fake penis. He put it on wherever, so.
He did like that. I mean, that's the true story.
He's such a good finisher.
I used to watch Lou's fights, man, and I used to say to myself, man, this guy hits hard. You know what I mean? And this guy.
Me or the guy Tyson?
You,
Lou. Because I see. You should try blocking a few.
I've seen fighters. And you can just see. Whenever you got experience in boxing, by just the thump and the way they throw their punches. Lou, he wasn't the most athletic fighter. No. He wasn't the most fast. He wasn't the fastest. But when he hit you, you felt it. You know what I mean? He was heavy bone, I like to say. Heavy-handed.
That's how Bo had the heaviest hands ever.
Yeah. And it's crazy because we talk about that with Lou quite often about some of his fights. He has fought all the majors, and right at a time when boxing had all those heavyweights in there: Tyson, Foreman, Holyfield, Bo. He was in the ring with all of them.
I just saw today they said that Lewis is going to come back. Lennox Lewis. They said
Tyson and Lewis.
Tyson and Lewis. Wow.
Yeah. Maybe you're after that one. Let's get in.
But I question why are these fights? People
especially Lennox.
People ask me, hey man, you gonna come back? And I'm like, why are you asking me? But why? I don't understand. I mean, are you thinking about coming back, Lou? Seriously?
I would.
You would?
Yeah, I enjoy training. That's my problem, man. It's so easy. You said something before. What's that?
You ever spar?
Yeah, I still spar. I still get in there spar. We have a lot of guys at the gym where I work that are still, so I'll train with them, DeMarcus, these other guys, but not real hard sparring,
Yeah.
But you said it takes 6 weeks to get in shape.
Right now, probably taking about 8 weeks to get
8
in
weeks?
shape. I stay in pretty good shape, so I'm still running and stuff. So
I know you said you wouldn't, Rocky, but if you did, if you were to come back right now and fight somebody, box somebody, who would you want?
Oh man, can't answer that.
You can't answer that? No? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
we can speculate.
I would, it would have to interest me, man. It would have to be for the city.
Yeah, it got to be money. It would be something cool.
It would have to be more than just money. It would have to be, I think, for the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have to be for the city. So it would be that type of fight.
Okay.
And against that type of fighter.
And you've done a lot for the city of Houston, man. And like to Lou's point with this gym and these kids and everything, man, it's incredible what you've got going on here. Rocky's Boxing Gym. Look
you
it
gotta
up
come
here.
check this out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, man.
There's something with it. For me, and Rocky remembers Kenny Weldon. He ran an amateur program that was just, and this reminds me a lot of it, man. Kids, it's real efficient, really cool. It's a great workout for the kids too, and it's really neat.
I do this, man. Like the way I see it, I do this because I feel like, one day everybody's, hey, because I'll be honest with you, I'd make more money if I was just to train people in general. I mean, I could charge what I want to charge, and people would come, and I could make more money doing that. But to be honest with you, I really enjoy working, taking these kids, and it's a job within itself. Being a coach, because now I know what my coach went through, taking these kids, traveling, being up at 6 in the morning, being up all the way, not getting home till 10 at night. You know what I mean? Because that's something you have to do sometimes. But I enjoy it. I know it's tiring sometimes. I'm, God damn it, I complain about it sometimes. But at the end of the day, is what I chose to do.
And you have family too. You got your kids, you got home life and everything. You got to balance it out. And this is your passion as well as your kids and home life and everything.
Staying in shape too, man.
No, you should have saw my workout. I had my workout earlier. Yeah, since I've been here since 5:30, so I know I had to get my workout in.
Rocky's also got his shirt off and all his. Follow him on Instagram and Facebook too. He's got a bunch of pictures.
Jeff likes to
I'm gonna take a picture.
You might want to block him, dude.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Get out of
Watch
here.
Jeff.
Oh, that one pitch, his
Come
nipple was
on,
awesome.
Yeah, Jeff likes that.
Jeez.
So
Too much.
of the kids that you got here, you got anybody that really stands out for you that's like, this kid's really got
Oh yeah, I
some
got that, but
talent?
they're young. They're young. They're
Yeah.
still young. Yeah, like I said, this boxing is time.
It ain't no sprint, it's a marathon, man. There's so many things that can
Yeah.
happen. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Did y'all hear? It came out. Like the story, I think has happened a while back, and me and Grant were talking about. Did y'all hear this thing about Canelo's brother?
Yes.
This
But,
is
I mean,
this is insane. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I
okay,
know he used to
so
fight.
his brother got kidnapped.
I don't know.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And so Canelo not only negotiated for the price to get his brother back, but paid for it, which is just an absolutely just insane story coming out. I mean,
He was a fighter. I don't know if it's the same one, but Canelo had a brother that fought.
They all fought.
Yeah, I know he had one that fought a couple of the same guys.
and Grant was looking it up, but didn't you have some things on it?
Yeah, so it's not only the fact that he did that, he's personally negotiated with him. So, I mean, he was the one that was communicating with him. He was the one that was talking to him. They released his brother, of course, but
Was it in Mexico where he got kidnapped?
Yeah, it was in Mexico in their hometown, and it was right before he fought Fielding in New York. I think it was in New York where he fought Fielding, but it was right before that fight and all this stuff went down. And I just can't imagine going through something like that, staying focused, and then going into a fight and doing that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
insane.
Those are the risk of having money. A lot of
True.
money.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? Yeah. But
Yeah, I mean, it goes into like what you were saying about you're comfortable where you're at right now.
Oh man, I'm blessed.
It'd have to be crazy. And you said, it's not about somebody offered you, I mean, 40 million, that's a lot. But like if somebody offered you a couple million and then, maybe, we'll help out, something for the city of Houston for about, then maybe you would take on something. But for you, it's not about like, a bunch of money at this point.
Nah, it's not.
What's the door closing? Like, okay, so like I'll compare this.
You're really trying
I know. I'll compare this. Like, so I like me having kids, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's not all the way closed yet. Just feel like maybe one day I could have another one because I love being a father. Like, I absolutely love it. What percentage of your doors closed to you coming back? Like, how is it still open?
Maybe 60% closed, 40% they're open, right? So it's more closed than open. To be honest with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, it would have for anything for me. That would be the perfect scenario. And
yeah, 40-60.
Yeah, what's yours?
40% chances of coming back compared to
I'd say 40-60 too.
yeah.
So 40% closed, 60% open for you.
No, the other way around.
So y'all-
No, it'd have to be something. It'd have to be something perfect. I mean, I owe it to my family. I can't be got like 3 pieces of gray matter that I need to keep. So you don't want to lose that.
Well, I would love to see it.
I mean, I can't wait. Like, I hope something happens with Shannon Briggs. Like, that would be great. Lou sent me the text messages. I threw him up on Twitter, man. It's absolutely. I mean, y'all are talking
No,
about.
he won't
breaking
fight
each
me. No, I
other's
really
jaw.
don't think he'll fight me because he's already talking about fighting. What's his name? James Tony, and that's just a joke.
That's it. You would say that's an easier fight, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Tony's he's 5, not that big anymore. And he's gotten real out of shape, man.
Boy, I was gonna say, man, he's gonna look at you and say, "Damn."
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Lou likes to work out because Tony, he's not in shape, man. You can see he's.
I haven't seen him. I'd have to pull. I'd have to pull up a
He's
picture.
got some man boobs, dude. Double D's.
Well, I tell you Rocky, what's been my
I'm gonna post that.
what's been fun for me doing this show. I know I said this before. I'm from Dallas Fort Worth area originally, and I get down here to Houston. I was just unaware of the boxing scene down here in Houston. I wasn't. Man, I've just learned more and more every day. Just how big it is here, and just how big the boxing community is, and how tight everybody is, and I guess speak to that a little bit for you and your experience in Houston and the boxing, and just growing up in it.
Well, I mean, boxing has always been. I stayed with one trainer. My whole career, I was with one trainer. I ended up going with 2 trainers. Let's say, I was with my trainer for 15 years, and then I wanted to see if it was greener on the other side. So I was with my trainer from the day I started. Made the Olympics with the same trainer, fought professional with the same trainer, then after a few years, I said, you know what? I need to try something different. You know, people started talking to me in my ear. Oh, you need a different trainer, this and that, blah blah blah. So then I said, you know what? Let me try it. Therefore, I said to myself, I wanted to see for myself, not regret it. You know, not be retired 50 years old and say, man, what if? What if? So I did it. I was with Ronnie Shields for 2 years. Ronnie Shields is a great trainer. Nothing taken away from Ronnie. But then I just didn't feel at home. So then I just said, you know what, let me come back. So I came back to my original trainer, and then I finished my career with him.
Yeah, Ronnie beat me twice. He had Tyson and Michael Grant.
Oh, really? So he was a trainer for those guys.
Yep.
They're no fight. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Ronnie, he's been training for so many fighters.
Yeah, he's with Duva. I mean, he had so many guys, man.
Yeah.
So many guys. Breland, I mean, going forever.
When you have that and you leave and you come back, is it tough coming back to the trainer after you've left?
It was tough leaving. I tell people, I said, man, it was tough leaving. It was probably one of the hardest things I had to do as a young man. I was maybe 25 years old when I left my trainer.
But you owe it to yourself, too. I mean, your family and your people. I mean, sometimes I had to do it with a guy, Gallagher, but we weren't that close, you know what I mean? But, you know, we wound up getting a lawsuit over it. But you got to, sometimes it just doesn't click. It's not working. You got to go somewhere
I think Rocky's the first boxer we've had on here. And this being our 14th show, we've had some great bargains. Miguel Flores has been on with us. You know, he's awesome. But Rocky hasn't said that he's been in courts and like now suing his managers and trainers and like I mean like it's great to hear because you know everybody has that story, right?
Well, Lou made more money. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
When you got that much money, they're going to try to take some. You know.
I'd be interested to see like where you're at. I mean, obviously, like you said, it's not closed yet. But you know, lose 55 and
Right.
you know, staying in shape. I don't think you're ever gonna. You know, you're a boxer, so I don't think you're ever gonna be out of shape.
Well, a lot of boxers.
Oh, they
get out of
do.
shape.
You'll tell. Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of boxers get out of shape real quick. You know, because they don't. The way I see it, they don't have a passion for it. It's not necessarily. You know, you got to have a passion for it. You got to have. You have to work out.
And Rocky will tell you. I mean, especially heavyweights. There's so many guys.
Oh yeah.
They during their career, they just didn't. It's crazy. Remember when Tubbs fought, Tony Tubbs fought, I think it was Tyson. They offered him like basically $100,000 to come in 10 pounds lighter. He didn't do it. I would have cut my ankle.
Damn.
$100,000. It's just there's so many guys. I mean, they just won't get in shape.
You got some history, Grant? You want to get into some history? One of the things we do on the show here, and then well, you know. We got about 15 minutes left, but we go into boxing history. Grant pulls on what happened this week, like in boxing history. It's pretty cool because Lou's got a story for absolutely everything.
Everything.
Like everything.
I just make shit up.
Well, look, you're
Good storyteller.
Good story.
The shit you make up is very convincing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you're
very
you're very good.
And then
at
we
it.
asked Lou to talk to Siri, and it's really funny.
Yeah, we do all kinds of good stuff.
Lou's like,
You got some haterade?
So what we do is we go from like Sunday, and then we go all the way through Saturday. So May 2nd this week, 2015, Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao on points in 12 rounds in World Welterweight Unification fight. Shatters all financial records for a boxing match. That was May 2nd, 2015.
I remember that. I watched that at my house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You remember watching that fight?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mayweather. I thought he won pretty easy. I mean, he can buy. I mean, he's such a good defensive fighter, and Pacquiao's a real thing too. But Mayweather, he's just so slick. I mean,
He caught him at the right time.
Yeah.
He caught him at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say
Pacquiao's still
so.
fighting. What do you think about Pacquiao still fighting?
You know, Pacquiao, he's the man. What I look at great fighters is the people, the way they are as people, human beings. You know, not the record. I don't see that. That to me doesn't really matter because, when you get a fighter who's came up the way Pacquiao came up from the slums. You have to admire that. You have to see that what he's doing for the people, for
politicians.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
shit, man, that's beautiful. You know,
Yeah.
he does it for the people. The passion of the sport. He boxes for the people.
Yeah.
He ain't-
I see that.
What
And
did
his net worth is like $200 million. Like, and it's not. I mean, and I don't think that Pacquiao. He doesn't seem like the guy that gives a crap about the money. Like, and he puts it all back into communities and stuff like that. And like you said,
yeah.
he's great.
What
great at what he does.
did they say he made for the? Did they say what he made for the
Mayweather fight?
fight? Yeah.
No, I
100 million?
haven't looked that up.
I think he
looked
made.
that up.
I want to say he made $100 million.
God bless.
But I think Manny kind of goes along to what you're talking about, Rocky. Those guys that just love the process, like to what Lou says too, like loves the training and just loves the loves that, and then the fight is kind of
he's always
second to all
in shape
that.
too. You never hear about Pacquiao not being in shape.
Yeah, matter of fact, I got a fighter here, that I was, Glenn Tapia. Glenn Tapia, he's a boxer. He's from Jersey. They call him the Jersey Kid. He fought. Who did he fight? He fought. What's the kid from Austin?
The one who got in a little bit of trouble.
Wolf, yeah, Wolf.
Oh, and Wolf's guy. What's his name? Oh my goodness. He got in a little bit of trouble. What was it? Kirkland.
Yeah. He fought Kirkland.
Good job.
There you go.
You're asking me. I'm like, yeah.
I was hoping one of y'all knew because I wasn't going anywhere with that.
Kirkland, he fought Rosado, and he was telling me, he told me a story. He was a Pacquiao sparring partner, and as well as Canelo's sparring partner.
Damn.
He goes, man, you look at Pacquiao, the way he trained, he did 30 rounds of hitting punching bag. He didn't do no strength training. If he did any strength training, he did pull-ups, a few, maybe 100 push-ups, but he didn't do no strength training. It was just strictly punching bag. And you see him hit the bag, and he said he hits the bag just like that.
Chavez Sr., he would just spar. It was spar, like 20. He was crazy. He would just spar. He wouldn't do much road work, just spar.
It says here Pacquiao reportedly took home $120 million.
Good Lord.
As part of a $300 million split purse prize in the fight against Mayweather.
Yeah. That means Mayweather only made 80.
Yeah, right. 280.
Let's see. So May 4th, another Mayweather fight, 2013. Floyd Mayweather Jr. defeats Robert Guerrero to retain his WBC welterweight title. May 4th also. So this is the week of the 2019, Canelo Alvarez unifies a trio of middleweight world titles in a close unanimous decision over Daniel Jacobs in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. That was 2019, May 4th.
What did you think of that fight? Danny Jacobs, nice kid, really nice kid from New York. He had cancer.
Yeah. The miracle fighter, they call him.
He beat cancer, man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that hit. Let me move that way. See if get you a little bit more.
Yeah, Daniel Jacobs, a good fighter.
Yeah, nice kid. Really. We won the gloves a couple of times in New York.
May 5th. Now I bring it way back, but I just wanted to. This was crazy to me. May 5th, 1863.
I wasn't there.
No, you weren't. You almost Irish boxer Joe Coburn KO'd Mike McCool in the 67th round.
Good Lord.
67th round.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to show you guys what one of my clients gave me. I'm gonna have to show you guys later. He gave me a picture, a newspaper article of Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson.
That's Lou's
from Galveston. Yeah.
Lou likes Jack Johnson. We talk about him.
I saw you post that on Facebook.
Man,
it was incredible.
I was very surprised because he didn't have to, and I was like, "You serious? You gonna give this?" I mean,
autograph
and his body, Johnson, way before weights, his body, he was just.
He looked about 190.
Oh my God! Yeah, unbelievable shape, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, he was.
I happened to fight on the. I was the undercard. I was the co-main event when De La Hoya fought Mayweather. I was a fight right before them when they fought in Vegas.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Very cool.
What'd you make on that fight?
I made around 650 racks.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Made about 600.
What do you think about him coming back?
Who?
De La Hoya. He's going to fight again, too. But now they're saying... Look,
I like De La Hoya, but
did you see it? So you haven't seen him on the Triller thing? Because he came on when Snoop Dogg...
I saw a clip.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
He was out of it. He was hammered.
I saw that.
He was hammered. It was bad news.
Do you think that he, and a lot of people got upset with him because, it was right after, him and Canelo split, and now they're saying it's taken a lot away from the fighters that he has. He's trying to come back and fight.
I don't know about all that, But either way,
it's all money.
Being that it was a televised, and being that, even myself, sometimes I have to watch myself, because if I'm in a boxing environment, I'll get drunk somewhere else. But when I'm in a boxing environment, I try to compose myself, because you got so many people that know you.
Yeah.
You got kids, you got, so you try to compose yourself, carry yourself a certain way. But, I ain't going to, De La Hoya doing that was kind of like
it was bad.
Yeah,
it was ugly. It was like, woo. And I think, that overshadowed a lot of things.
They took him off the air, right?
Yeah.
I
No,
feel sorry for the guy.
And look, I'm all for having a drink and having a good time, but he was
Yeah,
I mean,
he was lit.
He was out of it.
Lou's got a special day coming up here in about 3 weeks. He'll be 1 year sober, 3 weeks.
Yeah, May 24th.
May 24th.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
One day at a time. It ain't fun.
I make it real easy on you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, do you want? Yeah. I can't
Did you?
remember what we
Let me
talked
ask
about.
you. Let me ask a question to Lou. I mean, this is a boxer question.
Sure.
How long did you not drink before a fight?
I never, ever, religiously, I never drank 30 days before a fight, ever.
30 days.
Yeah, ever. My whole career.
That was 2 months.
You were 2 months?
Yeah, I was 2 months.
And I was going to say, for my bigger fights, 8 weeks, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
I'll ask y'all this. What's the sex thing? Is that a true thing?
I just did it because all the old timers did it, and I just
Having
felt
sex
it's
before
more,
the fight?
No, not having sex. It was just I would go to camp, so.
Oh, you couldn't. So there were no females
Yeah, my
around.
big fights, I go away to camp all the time, so there was no distractions or whatever. So.
That's badass. That's badass, Lou. That I only went to one. I only went to one camp. One
Really?
camp. Yeah, that was it.
All my big fights, I went to camp in upstate New York
I
at
should've.
Kutcher's.
I should have. I should have went to camp. I always felt I had just had my kid, my oldest son, and I just didn't want to leave.
That was the one camp I didn't go to because of the Tyson when I fought Tyson, because I just had my first son, and Tyson got arrested and came back. But man, whatever you did though, just you had an amazing career, man. I'm so proud to be sitting next to you, man.
I appreciate it, Lou.
Dude, man.
I'll never forget
big ups.
meeting Rocky a long time ago. I was like, I just met Rocky Juarez. Like I went home. That was a while back,
Hey,
10,
Jeff.
15 years ago. But man, I was so stoked.
I was drunk, Jeff. I don't remember.
Did he have his shirt on?
Yeah.
That's why I walked over to him.
Look, I mean, no, Rocky would come out, but he had some friends with him all the time. Really, just super nice people. But Rocky, because he's been in Houston for so long, and he's like people know him, like people would gravitate towards him. So it was hard.
Nice guy.
And I was a promoter at the time, and Rocky would come out to bars and clubs and say what's up, and it was you had to kind of cater to where he was because people would be like Rocky,
Right.
Well, you what kind of promoter were you?
Clubs, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
now more ammo.
What clubs?
Man, just
All
a
of
lot. Yeah,
T-Town.
a lot of them.
Is that where you met him?
T-Town.
Is that where you met him?
No.
Man, what
I've
happened to
heard
T-Town?
stories, so yeah.
The manhole? Oh, no.
No.
Jesus.
He promotes the hell out of that.
I didn't say it's your thing, or whatever. There's no one.
All right.
I'll go back to this. May
I'm
6th.
glad my girlfriend just left.
Yeah.
And my son. That's good. Thank you for picking him
Yeah,
up.
thanks for waiting on that. May 6th, 1994, Lennox Lewis TKO's Phil Jackson in 8 for heavyweight boxing title.
Jackson was tough. He was from Florida. I sparred with him a couple times. Big, strong guy. He just didn't get that next level, but he was a tough guy.
Yeah, I was surprised to see a boxer name. When you type in Phil Jackson, of course, comes up, a little basketball coach, and you have a boxer. So
Yeah, I was like, was that an exhibition? Did he fight?
yeah,
Phil Jackson got in
yeah,
there.
for real. May 8th, 1967, Muhammad Ali is indicted for refusing induction in the U.S. Army. May 8th, 1967. May 8th, 1988, Mike Tyson crashes his 183,000 Bentley
And then gave it away.
on Varick Street in New York City.
And then gave it away.
He gave it away?
Yeah.
Did he fix it first or just wreck?
No, he messed it up, and then the tow truck drivers told him at that whatever, and he said he just gave it to them. It was crazy. He gave it to them, and they got in big trouble because they were working for the Port Authority.
Yeah.
They got in big trouble for taking it because you're not supposed to take it.
Yeah, because it's been an
Yeah,
accident.
yeah, it was crazy.
So tow truck driver comes, picks it up. He just says, "Man, you can keep
He
it."
said keep it,
Wow,
and they did.
that's amazing.
And that guy went through it's crazy with Mike Tyson, like all the stuff he went through, we've talked about Mike a bunch on this because if you're fighting about it, I mean, obviously the stories behind him, prison, rape, alligator, just everything, and then he smokes a bunch of weed, opens a weed farm, comes back out, 55 years old, and now he's making another 40, 50, $100 million. Just
Only in America.
wow.
Yep, that's right. Absolutely.
I remember the first time I met Mike Tyson. I met him at McCormick and Schmick's right there by the gallery.
Really, here in Houston?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I met him. He was. I had a buddy of mine who had just won $2.8 million in Vegas off a slot.
My
machine.
man.
There you go.
Off a slot machine, and $40, man. He put $40 in the machine, and won $2.8
Wow.
million.
Wow.
Holy shit! Wow.
How much you got left?
Nah, he don't got nothing left. Seriously, he don't have nothing left. Yeah.
How much did he have left after that night?
Well, he ended up taking home around 1.9. Let's say after taxes, right? But either way, I think it took him 2 years and
It was
2
gone.
years?
2 years.
$1 million a year,
it was
huh?
gone.
Yeah. So
See, that's why people can't win the lottery, man. I'd be dead.
Oh, you
Yeah.
see so many people.
Yeah.
Every lottery winner is broke.
So we went to McCormick's and Smig's and hey man, come on by. It was Jay Prince.
Oh, nice.
Mike Tyson, and I think that's when they were trying to do negotiations with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones back then. This was back in early 2001, 2002, and I remember Mike Tyson was sitting to my right hand side, just like Lou, and I remember I had just turned pro, and Mike Tyson was telling me, he goes, "Man, Rocky, you better be careful, Rocky." And man, he was. Some screws were loose.
Yeah,
Some guy
for sure.
Some guy brought a bottle of champagne or some sort of liquor, and he said, "Man, take that wet liquor back. Take it back." And he didn't take it. And you could tell everybody was intimidated by him. But one thing he did tell me, his favorite. I asked him, "Who was your favorite boxer?" Roberto Duran. But he just wished me the best of luck, and it was
Cool.
That's good.
That was nice back then when I was young.
At least you didn't wreck any cars or go to jail.
Yeah.
His favorite boxer, Roberto Duran. That's what was the
Roberto
answer.
Duran.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I'll go through this real quick. I was going to go through some birthdays. I brought this up because of Lou. May 3rd, 1921, Sugar Ray Robinson was born. His birthday was on May 3rd.
He was a beast.
And then you've also got, I brought this guy up, thought maybe you would know him. If I said the boxer M16, do you know that guy?
M16, no.
Ernest Mateen?
Yeah, he's from New York.
Yeah, that's why I brought him. American Cruiserweight Boxing Champion, born in Brooklyn, New York. His birthday was May 3rd as well.
But he didn't do that much. I mean, Martini.
I don't know. I know. When I was trying to look up pictures for
Nice
the guy,
guy,
there's
yeah,
not a
he
lot of
used to
pictures out
He
there.
used to
for
train
him.
at Gleason's with me here.
May 3rd is also birthday of Jose Torres, Puerto Rican boxer.
We lived in the same building. A great guy, man. He was the commissioner of boxing. Yeah,
Jose Torres?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was the commissioner of New York City boxing.
And
Tough fighter, great fighter.
May 3rd, 1959, Carlos De Leon, another Puerto Rican boxer,
Yeah.
his birthday.
His brother trained. Remember Joe Messi, the heavyweight Joe Messi?
Joe Messi, yeah. Yeah, he's
His
from New
brother,
York.
yeah.
We
from
fought
Buffalo.
amateurs together, yeah.
Yeah, from Buffalo. His brother, Juan De Leon, Carlos's brother was Juan De Leon. He trained him.
Okay.
Yeah, he trained him. Yeah.
I got you. May 6th is Reuben Hurricane Carter's birthday.
Oh wow, man! I loved that movie. The Hurricane, like,
Till this
awesome.
day, I have not seen that movie. I still haven't
Really?
seen
Bob
it.
Dylan wrote a
It's
song
great,
about it.
man.
Yeah,
It's a
song.
really good movie. It's a tearjerker though. Denzel does amazing.
Yeah, I gotta
great
see it. I
job.
gotta say, I just recently saw Godfather, man, for the first time ever. Seriously.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of time when you're.
How about La Bamba?
There's
You see La
1, 2,
Bamba?
I've seen La Bamba.
All right, yeah.
I've seen La Bamba. It was the first time I've seen. Godfather. Like,
Well, don't worry. I haven't seen La Bamba yet, so.
Yeah, come on, what?
Nah.
You haven't seen that? You got to see that. That's
That's a great movie.
Yeah,
too,
that's
though,
one of my
man.
favorite movies.
Like
man.
I have a video on Facebook of me and my daughter and my son, and when that song comes on, I just turn it up, and my daughter's in the background. She's just jamming. I mean, that song and that whole. It's sad when Richie. Yeah.
Dude, two of my favorite movies. I'm not joking you. La Bamba and Selena. J Lo as Selena. That was.
Well, J Lo. That's why.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, am I crazy?
No,
I'm not.
She's
There you
single.
go.
Go ahead. Oh, you're married.
Yeah, I'm married. I would otherwise, but I'm married though, so I can't do that. And then Randall, May 6th or May 7th is the birthday for Randall Tex Cobb.
Ooh, oh my God, I was in camp with him one time. That is the toughest human being. The greatest thing of Randall Tex Cobb, his career, he made Howard Cosell retire.
How do you do that?
Because Randall Cobb fought Larry Holmes, and he just took a beating the whole fight, and he would go down. And Cosell said it was such a mismatch. I believe he was here at the Dome. It was such a mismatch. He's never announced another fight. They should never let it happen. Holmes just beat him up, I think, for 10 rounds.
Well,
I gotta watch that fight.
Oh, it's not pretty. It was just I don't think he threw 10 punches the whole fight.
Well,
he
he's-
could take a punch though.
What's funny is he's you know him as a boxer, but probably
was an
more
actor.
people know him as an actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in a couple of movies.
Yeah.
Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's
we
a
were-
great
we were
movie.
in camp
I haven't
together.
seen that forever, man.
Yeah.
Stealing babies. Like that's probably.
He was just a mean-looking dude, man. That guy looked.
We were
like he
we
was-
were training for we were were in L.A. and I forget what fight we were training, but they gave him a radio and they dared him to walk down. He was a white dude. They dared him to walk. What's a really bad neighborhood in L.A.? Really bad neighborhood in L.A. And he took a radio and was like dancing, walking down the street. He was crazy, man.
He looked crazy.
Oh, he was.
He looked like a psycho. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I was going to say there were 3 deaths. I was going to say Jimmy Ellis passed away May 6th. May 7th in 2007, Diego Corrales passed away. And then May 8th, 2011, Lionel Rose, Australian boxer.
Corrales was a beast, man. Oof.
Oh, man.
He died in a motorcycle accident, right? I think he died in a motorcycle accident, Corrales.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He was with Prince. I think he was with Prince.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I met Diego at the Galleria. You
Yeah,
know.
he was nice. He could
God
fight.
damn.
Who did he have the wars with? He had wars with
Castillo.
Castillo, yeah, man. He had some fight.
Yeah,
Casamayor.
2007.
Casamayor, yeah.
Died 30 years old.
Yeah, a motorcycle accident, yeah.
Well, hey, man, look, we're running up against it, but again, man, Rocky, I just want to say thank you
Rocky.
so
Thanks, man.
much, man.
Appreciate it.
Stick
dude.
around.
This
I'd
is
love to
good.
get some photos with you. I mean, I've got
absolutely.
a couple of, but I'd love to get a photo of you and Lou, stuff like
Don't take it.
Stop, man. Just stop, dude.
Yeah, watch out.
We're over here at Rocky's Boxing
Keep
Gym,
your shirt
man.
on.
You guys check it out. Rocky's doing incredible things here in Houston with the younger
Yeah, if
generation.
you guys haven't
coming
seen
up,
this, man, it's you just don't see this anymore. I used to see gyms like this, but this is so cool. You got to come down and check this out.
1524 Freeman Street here in Houston, Texas, 77009. Find it on Facebook, any of your social media. Rocky, thank you, and congratulations on all this, man.
Appreciate it, Jeff. Thank you.
Papa
Thanks for
Burger's
having
still
me.
around?
Oh, yeah.
Papa Burger's still around?
Right there.
It's still
That's
there?
where I'm going. I'm literally going there when I get out of here. Once again, man, Jeff Michael, Grant Miles, and of course the great Lou Savarese over here, man. Thank y'all for paying attention. Sorry we couldn't get to all y'all's questions, but man, every Wednesday 8 p.m. we're live, and we were on at 8:30 just because of some technical stuff, and but we're here, and again, thanks,
And
man.
Lou was late.
And Lou
That's
was late.
not true.
Oh, you weren't?
I was like 2 minutes late, but you told me I could have got here quicker.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
But all right.
I'm a wheelman from. You said we're gonna be late.
For Jeff Michael, Grant Miles, Lou Savarese, man, this is Lights Out with Lou
Later.
Savarese. Thank you again, man. We out.
Oh.